Good morning, boys and girls. And in social studies today, you are still learning about those geographic tools. We're going to walk through our learning target first. I can look closely at a map so I can identify places. I will know I have it when I can write a complete sentence to explain one thing I learned about the continent I live on. And our focus today is still on the geographic tools that we use to learn more about places, but we're really going to focus today on the continent that we live on. And I still have our geographic tools, the map of the United States of America. On the back of our map, I also have the world map, and it shows each individual continent. Our focus today in this lesson is on the continent of North America. The United States is part of the continent North America. And we still have our globe. And on our globe, North America is right here. I want to review some vocabulary. Remember that a map is just a flat drawing of a place or a part of the world. A compass rose is a tool that's on a map that tells us the directions, like north, south, east, or west. A legend or a key is another tool on a map that shows symbols and what they mean. I've added to our vocabulary today the United States. The United States is 50 states all together to form one country, and it's the country that we live in. North America is the continent we live on, and there are other countries besides the United States that make up that continent. Canada. If we look, Canada is to the north of the United States. It's a country that is part of the continent of North America. Mexico is a country that borders the United States to the south, and it's also a country that's in North America. The countries in Central America that kind of connect North America and South America, those countries are part of North America. Also, some islands in the Caribbean make up the continent of North America, and also Greenland at the top part is part of North America. Our focus today will be what can we learn by reading a map or looking at a globe or a photograph. A photograph is also a geographic tool that we can use to gather information about an area. We are going to watch a video about North America to learn more about the continent we live on. And in this video, it talks about each part of North America. It talks about the people that might be living in that area, the weather that part of the continent experiences, and the culture that makes that country unique. So the video is only about 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes long. And you'll be able to access that If I'm looking at a map of North America, I think the continent of North America is a huge area of land. On this map, the United States is right in the middle of the map of North America. So the United States takes up a huge part of that continent. Countries in Central America, Greenland, Canada, Mexico, the United States, and islands in the Caribbean make up the continent of North America. The northern part of the continent is very cold. Greenland has lots of cold temperatures and cold weather. The southern part of the continent is warm. So it's more like tropical weather, nice and sunny. Your independent practice today will be in Google Classroom, and it will be a map of the continent North America. I want you to look closely at that map. I want you to think about what you've learned from the video, from the mini lesson part of this video lesson. And I want you to get one thought that you have learned and write it in a complete sentence on the Google form. As we get to the reflection part of the lesson, I want you to reflect back on what you learned or discovered, maybe something you didn't know, or maybe you knew a little bit and you're just adding on to your schema, what you already know. Or as a learner, today, did you get stuck on something? You really had a difficult time figuring it out. We can get together, a Google Meet. We can talk about it in our next morning meeting. But I do want you to reflect every day on your lesson about learning or discovering something new, adding to your schema, or a time that you got stuck. And how'd you get through that? I also want you to know there will be a form, an exit slip in Google Classroom that you'll need to fill out, self-assess your learning. How well do you think you know about the North America continent that we live on and that information that you learned today? And then submit your work in Google Classroom and have a happy, happy day of learning.